I see some fish here, folks, but I'm not sure I want to make a video here. These are like baby bluegill. Even I have my pride. I'm talking baby. Let's catch a couple of fish just to fill them up. See if we want to make a video here or not. That doesn't feel too bad. Because it's a crappie. I don't know now. Maybe we should fish here. And he ate it deep. Well, this, folks, is the first fish with the 2024 Vanford. Maybe we will fish here. This spot is, folks, when I'm not feeling like I want a challenge. You know how sometimes you're pumped and you want a challenge? Sometimes you don't feel like you want a challenge. That's how I feel today. I don't want no goddamn challenge. I want some easy. You know what I want. I want easy. I like easy, folks. Yeah. Small and pale, but crappie. Now this here is the 1.5 number 10 with the new Trout WormZ from Zman. I knew they will work. I told you I'm gonna show you some picture of them, how they look installed on my jigs. They fit kind of good, but with this triangular shape, the artist in me, what's with the triangular shape? I know they will work. Does it really matter what you put on the hook? Think of a trout magnet. Trout magnet is the worst you can do with a lure, just a stick with zero action. If you can catch fish with trout magnet, good job, you have learned how to fish. YouTubers like to say use trout magnet, it's to help you, catch fish. It doesn't help you. If you can catch fish with trout magnet, you can catch them with any other lure then. Because trout magnet is just a stick. The reason we catch fish with trout magnet is because we play it, we move it, we twitch it. So it is you who did the art of tricking the fish into thinking that is a lure. You deserve the credit, not the lure. Lure was just a stick. So anyway, this triangular thing that is called a Zman trout magnet, sure. Yeah, the shape is weird. The tail doesn't have a lot of action because right where it's supposed to bend, it's very fat. The tail is, the end is thin, but the end is not supposed to bend. Anyway, I don't want to go into some of my own secrets. That's not where it's supposed to be thin. If you want action. So I know it will work, but you can do better than that. But we will fish those today for first time ever. Again, it does look actually pretty good with the 1.5 number 10. The only caveat is you will have to trim it a lot, because these worms, they call them trout worms. Yeah, maybe if you're fishing for 2-3 pound trout, sure. But these little 10-inch stockers that we're catching here in Tennessee, and 10 inch is probably above average. I always go after people caught all of the big ones, because I don't know when they stuck them. Usually by the time I go, they plucked off all of the big ones, and the only thing left in the river is the little dinks that nobody can catch because they use the big Arceus jigs. But you can use these worms with my jigs. Not with the size 12 hook. Size 12 hook is out of the question. Size 10 hook, you can use them. They will super glue very well, and they will look very beautiful with the 1.5 number 10. They will look beautiful, but you have to trim not only the head of the worm. When you see the worm, you will know what I mean by the head, but also probably one section, maybe even 2 sections, you're gonna have to trim, so the diameter of the worm matches the diameter of the jig head, so it looks nice. This little Duro ate it right away. I felt it. He started pulling when it was still sinking. Yeah, it's beautiful. You know, this spot makes me feel good because I'm catching fish, and there is no challenge. But pretty soon I get tired of it. But right now I want to make sure that we make a video today. With all of these floods, it's been kind of on the river. It's been kind of difficult to find where the fish is. I'm sure all of the fish is congregated somewhere, but last time I went fishing, there was no fish in the mooring cell, if you can believe that. Maybe they're all where the water discharges, but I couldn't fish there. It was too dirty. So I want to make sure we catch a few fish with the new reel. I gotta tell you, right now, the way everything feels, I have no idea which Vanford I'm fishing with. It feels absolutely identical, so much so that I'm really curious, because I know they used the new gears. They used the new gears in this Vanford. Let's show it again, maybe for a thumbnail. They used the new gears, but gears are the most important part of the feel. If they used new gears, why is it not feeling different? Even if it feels worse, shouldn't it feel worse, or something hit right away on the sink? The whole big teeth, small teeth, thing. They went from big teeth to small teeth, made a big deal out of it, how small teeth are some kind of a revolution. And now, 5 years later, they're going from small teeth back to the big teeth. They're not saying, well, it's kind of humiliating, but turns out that the big teeth are more durable. No, they don't admit mistake. They make it as another revolution. The new Infinity Drive gives you so much more durability. Yeah, but bro, we were already at Infinity Drive. You didn't call it Infinity Drive, but the first Vanford, which had the name Stradic CI4 Plus, it already had the big teeth, bro. So it's like heads you win, tail I lose. Like they win either way. They can go back and forth to the same thing, and every time they change, it's a revolution. Yeah, it is shocking how much this new Vanford feels exactly, folks, as the old Vanford, which is not a bad thing. I love the feel of the old Vanford. Now the spool sounds different. I tuned it already, but somehow it doesn't sound as good as, I don't know what's the difference. Somehow it doesn't sound as good as the old Vanford. You guys tell me, what do you think? I should have brought the other eradicator with the other Vanford. The thing is, fishing here on Tennessee River with super ultralight is just not good. You can do it, you can fish anywhere with anything. You can fish bluegill beds with a bass rod, and you're probably gonna catch pretty much the same amount of bluegill that I will catch with the eradicator. And you can fish for catfish with the eradicator, and I will land it. I've landed many catfish in Chicago, not here so much, but in Chicago I landed many catfish with my eradicators when I was fishing for bluegill at those power plant lakes. They were just chock full of little catfish, little 3, 4, 5 pounds. But it's not appropriate here. If nothing else, it's full of bass. Yeah. It's not even that, because it's so deep. Look at the tip now. I have to use at minimum here 1.5 gram lead. Hey, whoever made a purchase Saturday morning, thank you very much for your business. What is it, November 2nd? Yeah. What is the time? Maybe 7:30 in the morning, Central Time. Call out for whoever made this purchase. But I was saying I have to fish with 1.5 gram jig, because it's very deep, folks, and I don't have the patience to slow fall rate. I'm gonna be honest with you, slow fall rate is very overrated. Yes, there are specific conditions where you want slow fall rate. Maybe I will make one day a video about slow fall rate. All in all, if you take all of the opinion of all of the people about slow fall rate, I think it's overrated. Where was I? I had to take a quick phone call. I was saying, oh, fish already, man. They're aggressive. They're small but aggressive. That's why I like this spot. I like this spot when I don't feel like I want to challenge. When I want to catch a few dinks and get something off my mind. But yeah, I was saying the 1.5 number 10 and the 125 number 10 will work beautifully, especially the black one with the black one will work beautifully if you trim them. But if you don't want to trim them, if you want to use the whole worm, my gosh, the 1.5 number 8, folks, that is coming out soon with the whole worm. Oh, it fits good. You still might have to trim like half of the head. When you see the worm, you will see what I mean. You still have to trim a little bit. It's just too fat where the beginning, where it connects to the mold there. But Yeah, it fits with the 1.5 number 8 so good. But what are you gonna fish with it? It will be amazing for something like smallmouth in creeks. It will be amazing for that. Or over there by the mooring cell. For little spotted bass, it will be absolutely amazing for that. But if you use the entire worm with a size 8 hook, I'm thinking, yeah, you will catch crappie fine, but I don't know, it's a little bit too big for me for crappie. Not by American standards, I want to highlight. People fish with, if you watch Creek Fishing Adventures, he uses these 2-inch Bobby Garlands. A 2-inch Bobby Garland still has more body than this trout worm. Overall, I don't know if it has more length, but overall has more body. So if you use that for crappie, obviously you're not gonna find this worm too big. But for me it's a little bit too much, especially if you know that what you're gonna catch is gonna have a lot of bluegill too, which I don't know why I haven't caught one nice bluegill here yet. We caught a few baby crappie, a few baby bluegill, but just no adults of either species. No adult bluegill or no adult crappie. Only babies seek cover over here. You guys are gonna see what I mean. But yeah, in a blind test, the only difference I feel is the knob. I told you I do like this knob. The new knob is a little bit flatter, and I like it. I like this flatter knob. I can't figure. I increased the spool. I made a video that will probably publish today. I opened the spring. It's supposed to sound a little bit nicer. I don't know, this is probably the first keeper, and it's not a real big one. It's like the first 10-inch fish. And we caught quite a few crappie, can't complain. And this one is kind of black, it's not pale. Good fish. Can I cast somewhere else? So there's fish in the middle just randomly scattered. Let's cast this way, maybe here is the big ones. But the spool just doesn't... The old one was plasticky but crisp. This one was plasticky but not crisp. I don't know. Maybe I'll open it once again and play with it. Try to see something. There is not much to do there. It's only the spring. I kept it very clean. I said that in the video. Yeah, there is fish here too, but I don't know if they're bigger. They're about the same. By the way, I'm not gonna make this video too long because it gets kind of boring to catch the same little dinkaroos. Hey, this one is like a nice bluegill. I will cast back there right now. Hey, look at this now. Isn't this a good sight? Nice bluegill with a big worm in the mouth. Come on, tell me this doesn't look good. This looks good. That's a good bluegill. That's a good bluegill. Let me cast back there again. Black is the best color, folks. It is. Because it's 100% natural and 100% visible at the same time. It's just the best color. You can fish with black all year long and probably can't beat it. Really, all of the other colors are just for fun. They're just for fun. I have other colors, I bought them again. When I make my own lure, I will make all kinds of colors just because they're beautiful. But if you don't want to deal with a bunch of colors, really you only need black. Man, this feels exactly like my other Vanford. How is it possible with new gears to feel yeah, these are some bluegill over there. They feel very different from the crappie. I actually enjoy it a little bit more. They have a little more energy, even though if they're in terms of weight they're smaller, but they're up for a fight. These crappies, they just flop a couple of times. Come on, go around like a circle hook. Go around. I don't want to go dehook you. Just go around. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe because everything else is the same. The bearings are the same. The body is the same. The rotor is the same. The anti-reverse, which is very important for the feel of a reel. The anti-reverse is the same. Everything else is the same. They really didn't change much other than the gears. And I'm not convinced that these gears feel better. They don't feel worse. They might be more durable. So you can make the case, yeah, you get extra durability without feeling worse. And that sounds perfect, but the thing is, you buy a brand new reel and it feels no better than the old. So, okay, you can put durability in your pocket again. That's very important for a lot of people. But $200 is about the cutoff point where on top of 200, people don't care very much if the reel will last 2 years or 5 years. They just don't care. People talk about durability. I can tell you, I know a lot of people who buy the Daiwa Exist and the Stellas. Just trust me, durability is not on top of their mind. It's just not on top of their mind. I mean, nobody wants to buy a $800 reel and break in 3 months. That's different. But then they're not looking for this reel to last 10 years because they're not going to fish with it in 10 years. The people who buy the Stellas, and I'm not these people. I don't have a single Stella or Exist. They don't really care. They're not looking to get 10 years out of it. That's not important for them. They're gonna buy the new Stella by then. They're looking for the reel to feel fantastic. They want the reel to feel better than the reels that everybody else fishes with. You know what I mean? Like if everybody else fishes with the Vanfords, but only they fish with the Stella. But the Vanford and the Stella feel exactly the same, but the Stella lasts 3 times as much. That would have zero appeal to that person. It would have appeal to the person who bought the Vanford. But you cannot win these guys with durability. They're just not interested in durability. Interested with feel. So yeah, you buy the old Vanford, the new Vanford. Yeah, it's more durable, the big teeth. I don't know. But doesn't feel better, and you do feel a little bit disappointed. Don't tell me you're not gonna feel a little disappointed if you buy a brand new reel and it feels no better than the old. And if you played with your own, with your old reel, let's cast to the left. There was one big bluegill there, and that was it. If you played a lot with your old Vanford, and you put all of the bearings, and you put the perfect grease and oil, and everything is light and perfect, then your old Vanford will feel better than a brand new Vanford. A perfect old Vanford will feel much better than a brand new Vanford. Don't let these people who bought the new one tell you otherwise. I'm telling you, it doesn't feel better. Folks, do you want me to end this video and record a new video somewhere else? I think we talked enough about both the WormZ and the new reel. The new reel feels good, smooth. Resistance is a little bit heavier than the old one, but not unbearable, not unpleasant. I would say it's not unpleasant. I can fish and enjoy everything. If anything, the thing that bothers me right now is the sound of the drag clicker. I'm not enjoying it myself, and if I'm not enjoying it, I think in the videos it's not gonna sound nice. And I don't know what else to play. Open the spring anymore? You don't want to open the spring too much, because I don't know, I think it's not good for durability to excessively open the spring. Then you're gonna start to scratch the plastic of the teeth, that the hammer is hitting those teeth there. Just open it no more than 90 degrees. It's almost parallel when you buy it. The two arms of the spring are almost parallel. Open them up to maybe 90 degrees. Maybe I don't even open them to 90. You can see on the video I open them up to maybe 75, 80 degrees. Not 90, but you can open up to 90. I have done this on some reels, but no more than that. But what to do, tell me. It's not bad, it's good, but I don't know. I thought that companies started paying attention to this, and I'm surprised that they're releasing the Vanford like this. When they release the next versions of Vanford, Complex XR, Soiree XR, I really hope they put in the spool, they can still glue it, they put a metal housing for the screw, and they put something metal for the hammer to hit. I want the hammer to hit a metal surface. I don't want the hammer to be hitting plastic. It just doesn't sound clickety enough to give me the giggles, if that's an appropriate way to put it. Alright folks, last cast. Let's take this cast slow and serious and end this video. I want to go around, try to catch 1 or 2 black bass. Like, I would make another video if I had the choice with just two 2-pounders black bass, two 2-pounders. That each of them will be like a 5-minute fight, but we caught enough little fish. Let's catch a couple of decent fish. Are we on the bottom? I don't even know if I'm on the bottom yet. You gotta wait some good 10 seconds, but I don't really wait every time. But I wanna catch a couple of bass today, somewhere by the mooring cells or the point or the discharge. I want a couple of bass. Not too much, not something too big like those buffaloes. I was having fun chasing them up and down the river, but it a little bit overloaded, I think, the reel. The thing is, sometimes you don't have the luxury of waiting them out. Like, you want to pull it out of the current, right? So you have to over tighten a little bit. And if you do it for a couple of hours, just fighting big slimy buffalo, I don't want to do this with my brand new Vanford. I have plenty of 2-year-old reels that don't feel very good anymore. Both of my Daiwa Presso reels that were absolutely amazing at first, my Daiwa Presso reels don't feel that good anymore. Again, I think it's the line rollers got dirt because when I'm reeling empty, they feel good, but under load they don't. What's the difference? The line roller is the difference. But anyway, take one more look. What do you think? Does it look good with the eradicator? Me says yes, very good. And these worms, the 1.5 number 10 or the 125 10 will be amazing for crappie and big bluegill. And if you want to tangle with some small spotted bass, the 1.5 number 8 with the entire worm, it will be one juicy twitch worm. That will be amazing for some creek small black bass. Alright folks, thank you for watching this one. These are my first thoughts on the Vanford. Give me 10 minutes and we go around the corner and we'll reconnect with something else. Bye bye.